political analyst mu ggwanga nsefe Uganda mbaniriza ku mukutu the flashlight channel Uganda akawungezi ka leero mwasuze mutya mwasibye mutya abanyoro n'abanyoro kati mbaramukize musibire mutya roho muta abasheshe n'abaramusiya ni mugamba ki kuri Mirundi abarugora bagamba babuza bati kopango Elio Mabel abaswahili habari
Kiswahili tuine Kiswahili cha Mirundi ebiri Kiswahili cha bara na Kiswahili rasmi. Kiswahili rasmi hicho Kiswahili kinasemwa kwa kosti. Shikamoo, marhaba.
Hicho cha Tanzania super.
Jambo.
Ujambo.
Hatujambo. This is the cost. Habari. Nzo. Kuja hapa, nzo. So Swahili, me I know Swahili. You see, let me tell you. Contrary to what people
you are civilized
believe,
man.
People, Baganda were Swahili speakers. The 1900 agreement that the Ruchiko discussed had been translated in Swahili.
Okay.
Mutesa the first converted to Islam. Nasiba n'okusiiba yagana mukomola nti omuganda tayiwa musayi kutta kunsi. But he was reading the Holy Quran in Swahili. Look at the way yajja wano ng'agenda okukola endagaano ne Mwanga. Buli mubaka wa Lukiiko mu Buganda yayina emmundu. Baganda had guns. My father had a gun until lwe baleetawo gun tax. That's why for us kakati mu Lunyankole emmundu bagiyita bati embundu. But Muganda has several names. Muganda embundu oba emmundu is a Kiswahili word. Echibundu means a bully, something that intimidates people. Emundu is a Kiswahili word. Echibundu is a Kiswahili word, meaning a bully. But Omuganda ajita omugemera wala, ajita kamwa kabi. Mu Luswahili otuufu ajita sira, bunduki, era kiva mu kiri echibundu. Something that you use to intimidate people.
Era kibakosa no mugwanga.
Echibundu. So
okay, again tumaniriza mwebale nnyo senior Tamale Mirundi kwali ate mwebale nya abali ko live show. Thank you so much.
Nebaza abantu abatugoberera.
Amina.
Nenkola program zimeka a week. Buli mwina abantu.
Sacha Katonda.
Ate nagana. Sijja kukola ku program ndala yonna. Except abali nange nga programu zange baziweze. Mayize ndi musajja muzibu nnyo.
You're very relative.
Very principled. Nze nkubuuza ne gamba. Ti bw'aba muwala we yafuna olubuto.
Yesebo.
N'oyagala mu luggyemu. N'addukira ewa jjajjaawe n'azaala. Oba oyina moral authority okuddira omwana oyo n'omutuma ku luzzi. For you wanted the baby.
Yep.
You wanted your daughter to abort. Ekitegeeza ono omwana tumuyinaako ki? If we wanted to switch off my programs and I defeated you, then we don't talk. I defeated you. If we want to rape a woman and a woman overpowers you, can you say, katubikole bulungi? Katerera. No. You go ahead. Yes. You wanted to okungoba mu State House, mulwabogo yangoba, ngende ewaffe ndootinge. Nga ntegedde nti batta abantu mu malwaliro.
But for us we say
today, olwaleero.
Yes, sir.
Mbadde mbalaba mu Serena. The ICC has told them in May they will send them air tickets, travel arrangements to go to Hague. They have a case to answer. Tumwebaza has a case to answer.
Naye agenderamu.
Ate waliwo bannanga abantu be mbadde simanyi. Kakati nze bangoba nabagamba nti you people mutta abantu malwa tumwebaze. I can give him a job telling him Museveni wanted him. Museveni yeta kimanyi. Bankola ko reporting mbi nnyo. Even Museveni humiliated me. Are you mad? Are you drunk? That's why I've never gone back to State House. Katadde what tape we go. Bakubidde emyaka 8 non-stop. And I will never work with these people again. Never. I will never work with these people. Nina okubeera embwa bansudde kasasiro basuddewo akalolo okulutu bafuna miliyoni 4 nze ndakubeera mu gurupu ey'abali ave masters degree sisobole kubibeeramu ebyo oyo ye mbwa Abwogo yagamba erich Mirundi is a nuclear bomb nakubeera mu underwear zaawe me kamba buuzi abasajja bano bwe baali bava mu nsiko bajja ne buvaani bwa mmotoka obubavaga they found money here. Yes, you cannot blackmail me. Tunulidde Lwambwogo nga afuluma Serena era agenze wa one of the prominent women nga in tears netumwebaza nenzina mu ddiro lyange nenzina mu Katonda munene Katonda mugagga kasajja ako kankuba
esebo
teriyo lunaku lwalumu let me tell you namutiriwo I can meet Lwambwogo and his group that Tumwebas and others at a road block, in a prison cell, in a mass grave, on a flight. I cannot forego. I will never see them again.
I would go to Mirundi.
One day. I think again the work from Muhoozi, Nenkaba, Babu Nabo, nothing I joke around. Babogo Yakwata sentence, Yakwata 5 billion, Nakobemboa, sentence about the Vasilia, with a demo. Allah mukubye balayi mukinyi.
Okay. Senior Mirundi.
Nange nebaza Katonda.
Webale kumwebaza.
Ayi Mukama otenderezebwe otenderezebwe Katonda w'eggulu. Ayi Mukama otenderezebwe nga.
Naye osaba kodi gwayina ayina amasabo. Osaba kodi. Enyimbo zitegeera ddi.
Byonna mbikola nsoma movement. Muggulu nyinza okusangayo nga ekibuuzo kirimu general paper nenkola mathematics nemuggwa nenkola general paper nze byonna mbisoma.
Okay. Awo tugenda okutambulira embeera eri mu ggwanga nyingi nnyo omuli otulabidde general mukulu wabo General Kane Rugaba naye agamba retiring.
Anti simple matter kambabuulire.
Okay, what is it?
For you ekibalema nabaga nti mu political science tukola ekintu kimu. Every decision, every step, every movement, every voice is purposeful. When a baby cries, is drawing the attention.
Yep.
Nibo uli mbizi, edde mbizi batekanga mu lusuku. Bwogiranga ekaaba, ngotegera bagibba. Oba something is happening, ubembwa zigirya. Kubeeri kumuguwa.
Oh.
So, you see, decision making is a whole chapter in the political science. Two things. Mu propaganda we read statements of people. Bannange.
Nati munange oli musajja wavunaanyizibwa.
Naye.
N'ekyokola tewali. Just sigala receiving amasimu.
Saagala.
Giteekajeke mu flight mode. Tadde mu flight mode baleme kusumbuwa ennyo. Era mbawumuzzaako.
Kaakati nkugamba. Nze mu political science. Nasoma political science logic, propaganda ne mass communication. Byebiyamba omuntu ne psychology.
Yep.
Psychology is very important.
Abantu
baana abamu balowooza nti buli kintu ky'osoma ogenda kukikolamu omulimu.
No, it's not true.
Enlarge your brain.
Absolutely.
Psychology tells you the conduct of a human being.
That's what should be.
Singa bano balwabwogo basoma psychology. Ng'abantu bano bali mu government bali psycho tebaali tujuuze. Bali tegedde nti empathy. You put yourself in his shoes. How does a human being respond? A human being bw'alaba tweranga ejja ateekayo omukono. Kubanga alowooza this is a shield. Neba bamutema nga bagenda nga omusajja bamutemyetemye.
Era wanika.
Nosangawo omulambo. Otegeera gwe batemyetemye ng'afudde oba okujja ku ngaali handicapped. Toyinza kubanga wasoma psychology n'olaba omusajja w'e Makerere eyagenda e Kayunga n'asanga omusajja mbu yeetuze.
How?
Kubanga you struggle.
Fefe.
Bwe weetuga omugwa okwata wano
guleme kukutuwa kibasangamu engalo.
You feel pain in the
but no nosanga ng'oli bw'oti.
Otya. Two, when you close this enyuma wafuluma, the only person atasobola kulirizinga mukka mubi is a man during sex.
Eh?
A man during sex tasobola kufuuwa kubanga the whole thing is tightened to ensure nti omusayi gusustaining bwafuuwa tasobola. That's why you cannot do it very rarely to have a homosexual who is a man and a woman.
It's quite hard.
It's quite hard. Kakati singa abasajja bano.
Now for a woman, I think for a woman.
Singa abasajja bano, a woman can release body gas.
Okay, during that process.
Yes.
Okay.
But a man cannot. Kakati singa abasajja bano abali mu government baali basomye psychology tebalikoze bintu bye bakoze bye mbagamba nti in Uganda we shall be worse than Rwanda genocide. If we don't use this period, the remaining period of 7 years or 4 years to reconcile with the people,
the government is going.
Chigongo should head a team with Dr. Rugunda to heal the population.
Prime Minister
because
Rugunda.
let me tell you, in Rwanda, the Tutsis, the Hutus were incited against the Hutu, the Tutsis. Some Hutu men had married Tutsi women, knowing that they were out, and were living comfortably. But let me tell you, do you believe that Yingini Abiandala needs to be incited to look for wicked editors and Kabushenga? Lwaki Yingini Abiandala yakubawa new vision chikundi ng'oluguudo lwekatosi tumwebaze yaluba ne bamukuba mawulire? You think he needs incitement? Do you think my children and myself need incitement to look for Waboko?
No.
And these boys abalumiza family yange emyaka 8 Museveni naye n'akkiriza ti mukoddomi watutte sente zange nina okubeera embwa nze bantuula kasasiro wa million 2 I have a master's degree. Lwaki bo bano bakalolo ku lutu baani bafuna million 4 emu kitundu sisobola gendayo
ekyo kigaana?
Sisobola.
Okay.
Andi nkubuulira ne gamba singa basoma psychology,
They would understand.
singa abali mu buyinza basoma psychology
ne bo basoma
balitegedde omusajja avuddewo. That man you brought,
the donor brought for you.
The man said they wanted to grab his land in Kisos and claimed that they had sold the land to Museveni, which was not correct. Museveni's people, you don't remember the story by Nakalem that somebody has stolen Museveni's land? I say, how can Museveni lose the land? Our people are telling us, Kati the man tells me, Bamunonya, Alimu hiding. Bagenda okuddira ettaka nga balikyusiza entebe babba lya Museveni kweyamba Ensonga babba Nakalema babba ttaka lya Museveni baba compensate ke baddemu babbe. Kati what type of government is this? But the man is hunted. The man does not sleep in his home for 2 years. Somebody came to me gwe bakuba bomu wano ku CPS bamuyita Katongole yenna mulwadde talina 10 naye Museveni yabalagira basasule. You still even from the dead? What type of people are these? Tebasoma psychology. Olumala okubba ne badduka abala bayina kubambwa. When you were a mubazi, a butcher, God is very fair. Buli kisolo kyolaba wakati w'eddiba ne flesh waliwo ennyama gye bayita kabuuyi allocated kuba skinning ente.
Ye kabuuyi
oyina kubeera nga oli mukozi mu gavumenti. Doesn't have a salary? Which salary are you talking about? Have you bought buildings because of salary? Bajoga, you must be a slave. You must be a hunting dog. You must be under somebody. Hey, there is a committee to look for Museveni's votes. This is what we're now in charge. Mirundi should come on. Yembwe ekole. Naffe twabaguddemu temulina gwe mujja kujoga kati kuga psychology mutuufu nnyo naye bano tebasoma psychology tebalina kye bamanyi ku bujozi. Tosobola kujoga mwana wa munno yajja kukola n'okuba maama wange tebamenya okugulu mwe ne mutatuula nga bakulu nti bana omwana ono yajja tukolera is it how we should treat him? Nze nina ogenda mbafukamirire nina ogenda nsabeyo miliyoni 5 nsabe 10 nsabe mmeka amwana aloga nti muganda sibisobola
tomanyirwa
nzije bakube ebintu byange byesina kinfunyimu. Politics is for alliances. Politics is for sharing. Kakati nfunyimu ki mu gavumenti ya Museveni nfunyemuki kiki bajjire wange okukuba ebyewange nga ne mu gavumenti emyaka 8 ne Museveni tampangayo kantu nina okugenda wa mukoddomi omufukamirire kubanga nze sijo ndi munaku mukoddomi alina okunjooga
ekyo tekijja kusoboka
kakati nkubuliraga nti the issue is simple. What prompted Muhoozi to make that statement? Me, I don't know Muhoozi. I have never had a one-to-one with Muhoozi, contrary to what people believe. Why? Why is Muhoozi? Why I don't? I'm sure. The battle is inside the Museveni's palace.
Okay.
Which means Museveni cannot encourage a battle within his palace. Mukoddomi wayagala obwa president Lwabwogo ne Muhoozi ayagala ffe tumuwagira. Kakati Museveni tayinza kufiiringako ludda lumu. Lwabwogo believes ti wanudde ndituulako naye tekisoboka eryampisa ekyankwanze nali ngenze naye yagamba napuma nazaalawo tayinza kumanya myaka 8 n'obanyamanya famire yange nkoze buli liikyo yonna ey'obukambwe mu nsozi
Lwabwogo
yes ajja kusasula ate olwali simulabye ng'avaayo
nanti kakati
kyenkubuuza bwe kutaba ddogo oyinza otya okuba nga oli mugagga is the richest man and you are involved in organic cases
bebimu obugagga
ddogo linyi munjooga ate sijja kwogera naye
obaloga nnyo
alowooza mbu njagenda ewowe njagenda mwegayire tutuule no
nanti ekibiina kyo kyewagamba
muwulidde wano
muwulidde ssebo
nti yes I have his money I can do what but tolindako musajja Lwabwogo tolindabako. Even God cannot reconcile with you. The way you have suffocated my family. Kusabira bubi buli lunaku. Ngende waffe mu nsozi ne kolimira. Tonnaba.
Tajafuga kugwanga.
Tasobola. Ajja kutambulirako ne mu kagaali k'abalema. Ajja kuba n'ebigenge. If he does not surrender that money, thinking that one day we shall talk, and even God cannot force him. Ne bwonteeka ku desirawo. Nonga nti yogera ne Lwabwogo you kill me.
Nani gatogere naye?
Tuyina rituals
nanti n'ekibiina kyo kyabatiizizza Mirundi ekibiina ky'empunu
nabagambye ekibiina ky'empunu
mbawulidde nga bakyogerako awo
kakati nkubuulira nti if you want to understand Muhoozi's statement, understand 2 scenarios. If an old man calls the elders what they normally do when he knows that he's going to die, is about to see his creator. And he says, I would have selected my son, Reverend Father Tamale Mirundi, as my successor or heir. But as a priest who doesn't have children, and we have our traditional religion, he is unfit to do that role. And his mother tells him, the reason why your father or one of the elders in a meeting tells him, the reason why you are going to miss succeeding your father is because you are a Catholic priest. And the Catholic priest announces, no, I'm about to retire. What happens? It means that he is qualified.
Okay.
Because as he told you that he's going to retire. Let me give you an example.
Please do.
In the Orthodox Church, if you want to be a bishop, you don't marry. If you want to be an ordinary priest, you marry. If somebody marries, what does it mean in the Orthodox Church? He has foregone the possibility of becoming a bishop.
Oh yeah. Mitwemberenge.
If your daughter is a nun, a Catholic nun, who cannot produce children, and you say, I wish I only have one daughter, is a nun, I'm going to surrender my wealth to charity, as the Europeans do. Because if my daughter had at least a grandson, I would have surrendered this my wealth. Hey, because the daughter is mine. And the daughter hears about it, and he says, I'm not going to take the vow for life. What does it mean?
About you for them.
About you for them.
Ngamakuru gache sawazi.
Yes. What this young man is telling you, this man, whoever says that Muhoozi is a nut, as it uses his media allies, this young man is intelligent. A general to plan a war. You must be intelligent. A general to plan a war, successful war. You
must be intelligent.
International military academies Sandhurst. Tuba musiru. Kakati yichi yabakoze kirizimu.
Rwabogo. General
Muhoozi knew
yes.
that the law in the army, what does it say? You cannot just wake up and resign in the army. No. The Tinyafunzas have been denied the permission to resign, to retire. So the army says, what's the role of generals? The role of generals is to plan the war. This is what happens in America and advanced countries. Do you think that Biden knows military science? At one time I told the people that because the military in USA is very strong, but it rules behind the curtains. At one time, the equivalent of a commander in USA rang the president of China to assure him that you cannot have a nuclear confrontation because the key buttons to the nuclear arsenal we have has already been withdrawn from Trump. Which means the army, it was a coup. Had it been in Africa, it was a coup. So the military is strong in these countries, but they cannot take a power, but they are respected. So Muhoozi knows he's a general. He knows the do's and the don'ts of the military. What has said has not blackmailed anybody.
Absolutely.
In 8 years, I'm not being in the army. What is important is not the time, the 8 years. What is important is the explanation. I'm willing to retire from the army. I'm not, because why? Iraka papola kagundi, akabwino, tuwaboko kakozesa, kakubiye. Museveni yamuganya okuwumula, waliwo Museveni nga wagendi mbubaga eku n'abamulisa baali babyogera. This is Wabwogo and his team. Kakati naye alumwa nze amuhappy ti Museveni ategedde twajogebwa n'omwana we babimukoze. Westerners are malicious. I can tell when it comes to jealousness, the northerners. Omukazi omunozana n'omugattako omukazi omulala akuyira se. Tolaba Chief Justice bulako bwalina bwati ani yamuyira Butto. If was the minister would be dead now.
Bali bamumaliriza.
Kakati nkubulya negamba. Muhoozi ababuuli abagamba. The problem is not 8 years, but to say I'm retiring. If you people, you are considering people for succession, and you think that oyali mu bwafaza, oyali mu bubikira, oyo ajja kubeera bishop w'abasodox akubuuliriddewo nawasizza. Bwe mba mu convent ngenda kuvaamu.
Okay.
Yes.
Ngabe tugenda kutaka Kasavu Kanyama. Yes. Ngabe tuli ku live show era bano wala babuziza ntino banange totubulya Muhoozi asesa abatemu.
Anti kankubulya.
Muhoozi sabatemu.
All of those things are done because the Rwabogos have been indicted, but because they control the media, this case has been running in ICC court for 8 years. It's not mentioned. They have been testifying. I'm telling you. They challenge me. I played the video.
Okay.
Tumwebaze and Rwabogo. Okay. They must go to Hague in May. That's what the ICC has decided.
Katulinde May was just a year.
Kakati boba ayakala okutta okwonona Muhoozi. Naye abeere indicted. Yarina Ogari. That's what one of the. Why don't they want him to get out of the army? Lwaki tebagala aveemu baagala bamuimplicating mu bino naye ayonooneka engaki nga bano bwe tumwebaza ddanga yo ikamwenge ne bamupamutone okubala yannereegamu kale tetaako kunzita emirundi mingi naye ija kasamiza mbulizi kaddamu gamu nemulaba nga the last time Rwabogo yamugambye that man is a voice of wisdom. No, it's Jangalo. nalinja kugolomiza gwenkwasomisa nga teyali mukazi wo nabaana bo nalinja kasamya akaire kumakya kasamya mu bulangiti katandika akajiji jajja wako yali nterahamu nterahamu tufula kalowooleza mukutta that boy has planned to kill me several times.
Okay, wali wabuuziza mukulu Tamale Mirundi abali okuweereza there are things that are not Ruganda asomedde sibitegere byayogedde naye mulala agambe tubuuleko bamafia be baani.
That's rubbish because if you see somebody buying a rat trap and you say you telling me whether the house has rats, the fact that you have an gigi, the fact that you have the Auditor General, the fact that you see mafiaism involves killing people.
Okay.
This ICC case of killing people, do you know the people are involved?
I don't know.
Your medical doctors were Yomba and Wawia already detained in Hague for participation in organic cases, killing people for organs. So what is he asking me? He's stupid, he's an idiot.
Okay.
You need me to tell you. Are you blind? Don't you see what is happening in Uganda? He's an idiot. Bogere, koma mbuzi, koma nyoko.
Okay.
Hata mko manyiri. These are idiots.
Kwe tuli ku live show.
Don't waste my time.
Tugende wagunde omuku Dr. Byaruhanga.
Yes.
Lwaki permanent secretary
I have given you.
Nkawulidde neba mafia bano go basobola.
Yes.
Ife tubatya go kuba.
Diana was in Germany. What caused this money problems? One of the remaining areas where they are extracting organs is Mulago Hospital. That's where they are extracting organs. Another place where they are extracting organs is Masaka Hospital. They are still in operation. Because the doctors involved had a meeting where they were collecting money for lawyers. One of the Masaka doctor told them, me, I'm still, my area is hospital is still in operation. I said these organs to the Tanzanians. There is a market in Libya, in Tanzania, in South Africa, in Sudan, and Uganda is the center.
Yeah?
Yes. Kakati omusajja kye yabakoze. This man tendered the morgue. A plus ne bagijjamu.
A plus bagigobye.
Bagigobyemu yalunzinze. The man said, let us liberalize the management of the morgue. Never company in that. This is how these people reacted. Why? These people have been declaring persons dead, clinically dead, and now also that means they are dead.
Okay.
Because we are using the mortuary to extract the organs. This is where the problem is. Haven't you had them talk?
I've heard. Katekeko nga betogera onagamba I respect Mr. Mirundi musajja ina bwino era we bali mwebale ko kumira ku mpewo bamuyita kirabo
bwegenda kutamale Mirundi official
mugenda kutamale Mirundi official mujja biwulire
omuliro ono bali mu meeting yaabwe
kanyongeze eddoboozi
yes bano be bagobye omusajja
yeyo mujulire
nabakutte nga bateesa omugoba. They started by arresting the owners of pharmacies in Mulago. Ne babasiba mu cells. Ne babagamba mu implicating. Mbu waliwo akatongole akali akagundi akadayana. Sinnakalema si kitongole kya Nakalema. Kano kanti drug. Bamukutta badagala. They stupid idiots.
Banna.
Mwategedde yamukutte. Because they're fools. Kakati bate bategedde. Who arrested this man? Baina ka company ka group akali mu state house akanonye eddagala eribbe.
Ate nekyo kyetowusa.
Kakati yabadde ayina eddagala.
Abadde talirina.
Naye muli basiru. You are stupid. You are idiots. These people must be hunted down.
Is it not successful battle?
No. This is one of their areas, the remaining enclaves where they have been killing people and extracting their organs. In Mulago, the man moved against them. The battle started with the mortuary. You get documents in Mulago, whether it did not start with the change in the management of a mortuary morgue. How can you fight over a morgue like cannibals? And two, they are stupid. Let us ask. If we wanted to use the anti-drug smuggling entity of State House formerly headed by Dr. Diana. Mwali branches eddagala mu nyumba ye. What's the role of the anti-drug? Kubanga aliyo mu State House obutongole bubiri. Waliwo akali akanakalema. Ejjaji tuko ekesi there. Ate judge ng'omusango gumusiire.
Yes sir.
Nabagereka ejitwalayo ne baseka. How can Nabagereka take a case to this place when you have Buganda Land Board? Some people, that's why I've told you, logic.
It's very
important.
important.
Very important. Me, I don't respect the titles and the status. I respect the akili.
Kichwa ni ngumu.
Kichwa yangu ni ngumu sana. Watu wanasema hiyo mlevi, hiyo mjinga, hiyo mpumbavu, hiyo azimu, lakini kichwa yangu ni kiko sana.
Ni nzuri sana.
Kikwa siri. Kakati nkugamba, singa babadde balina amagezi. It would have originated from an auditor's report. It would have originated from the IGG. But who told these people to go? Yenyima. Abakati bakuddewo fayiro. Yenyima. You have a fayiro in the ICC. Neboyiruka. Mbuyina one. Mbuyina. I'm going to expose them. Bagala mbu balete committee. This one you are hearing. Baba resolving to refer the matter to a parliamentary committee. Baba will send. Even the communication you are using, I've already intercepted it. Then set it right. Some of these people communicated on Zoom, via Zoom. I have them here. No message. Meeting here one day, a soka, Monday, Najukwata. Yesterday, Najukutte. Even your communication systems, Nkwata Randi Main, Randi Gundies, Banusab, Banuba Mafia never quatant. Badda kukuandika upapula nabo ne mbukwata. Ne badda ku email na yonji kwata. Sisi miyange kwata email.
Goli musajja muzibu.
Yes. Hey. Once you use email, even in this case, they have been using emails. I have them. You people in Mulago. You have been using emails. I have them. I have the emails you have been sending to your allies in the parliament.
So in other words,
they refused. The problem in Mulago is over the mug.
No, which means ono mukuru gwe bayita mukuru yarugabo doctor.
Yes.
Is appointed by the president.
Yes.
But is being fired by the junior.
Anti kubolira nti babamye bayina amawulire gaabwe nakakubye ne badduka. I'm more powerful than I dwarf the media in Uganda. Print media. How many copies do you circulate? What's your level of credibility? Babu was saying, may I have your voices? Haven't you, Dave?
No, I've heard.
Haven't you heard somebody, senior person in the government, telling somebody that the president is aware that it is what is happening in Mulago is the work of the mafia fellowship, killing people? Haven't you heard it here?
I've heard it.
So, they, Nyuma tumuyina bamuyina abayisisi gundi ono semanyi namala semanyi now you are under investigation. These are allies who have been kubanga by installing bongere batte. You should be ashamed a referral hospital to have people who are killing, and these are idiots. Why? If you saw the way Franka Tumwebaze came out of Serena after getting the verdict that he must kutemba nyonyi in May, they will participate. Unafurunye duka aina wafimeri gundi jadukidega kapa maziki. They thought it was simple. Baba the center certainly kamwenda kaduse. Do you know how he mwenda renawe? Mwenda renawe to mwenda came up to demonstrate to Wabo that they had left. Haven't you heard Wabo saying that the people who are not interested, they are using this? Yep. Tomuri denga kumwenda. I capture these people every day. There is a time, if you have a man who rapes you, the time is when you don't move with the knickers. Yeah? These people brought to Chinese, they brought to Israelis, they brought to all the technology, they thought that I capture them using telephonic calls. But Bunamba Kwata is a setting.
Oli musajja muzibu nnyo era tuva nti ne Uganda ekyakwetaaga mu Mirundi.
Kakati eyo bakolera bwerere. I can tell you, Zoom najikutte. Emails zonna zina, message zina. Emails zina. You have been communicating using emails. I have them. Nzirina mutwale omusajja oyo.
Okay.
The man was brought here by Mbabazi. Is it the first time to know him? The man is extremely rich. Mwami no kubana sente. Twaje tubakole. Twaje tubafikiri amazinga mulia. Why did we come? Politics is sharing. Is it a crime for this man to have somewhere else? Wina kubera mbo. Bobo ka. Bibendo kubana sente. Bobo ka ka kriasi kabwe. Era byanyima. Gondi ko batambuza. Ono mukyala ali muyunula. Ye yakulira wa yatabba. Yagoba abaganda lusambu. All of these things will come at the anapure murabe. You are inciting omusajja daye kana nyumiza abana be. That's why I'm telling you. We shall be in a worse situation than Rwanda genocide. That money to be put in prison, who are not showing any money, because he is clearing the morgue. Number one is Samani Nani, when number you know.
Voices okay.
Atenja pa kuba abantu babategere. Nja kuba ne video. Ekiseera kituse abantu twende tugambe gwanikali yemwe. Na abo banna malaba dukebya nyima dukebona ababya bali. Waliwo n'ekirala kyekwese kyote kyogerwako. Obwedda nkiwulira ku masimu nga kyogera. I'm going to expose you. Ateze you don't ring me. You don't ring me. Hata siyute njina. Tolaba mitale, tolaba gundi.
Mitale zo oyina katonda yakuwa. Oyina interterrorism beba kukuma.
Yes. Ngenda ba byanyime mulago. Aja kudukana mundika. Nobody can ring me. You don't, when you are a criminal, you don't ring my number. A criminal is not supposed to ring my number. When you are a criminal, you don't ring my number. Hata ni yakuleta hiyo. Ba mutayimbwa mutwe. Afautu lwa bwoko, kulanga tumwebaze. Mwenda kaduse.
Tamale tanga ngakula salute Muhoozi.
Yes. Ile lwa bwoko muli denga ayogera. Some people are not they are using this. Was referring to Oluman kayino bukaga bungi nnyo kababbi. Kababba sente kagenda omani ne kabba yo sente. Ne kabba sente za katuduka n'engalabi yako kadduka. Bajja kubetenta. Bajja kubet buli yanwanyi sayinda bajja mukuba. Ate sisonyiwa. What I want is money. I will never work. Staka kazi ya serikali. I don't want to be a minister. I don't want to be a minister in Museveni's government. Maybe in another government.
Ya Bobby eri mukubejja.
Siri kola mu government yeno. Why do I work in this government when I see that a man like this one of Mulago, who has come up to protect the people from killing, from organs, you have all the wealth you have, but you are facing charges before ICC. Even Amin is not killed for export. You have ashamed Museveni. Some are his relatives, close relatives. Nti Amin teyatta ko bantu for export. Amin had excellent relations with the Arabs, but they were never killed there. When you have abagaga, abayina buli kimu, goyina amata, goyina enyama, goyina amaliba, goyina buli kimu, nogenda ne muorganiza abantu.
But
No,
it is too much.
Ashamed this country.
Yes, mukulu Mirundi wiiki eno ebadde wiiki ya bakyala. International Women's Day. Ate nkimanyi kino oyina maama w'abaana ewaka.
I don't believe in those things. Why? One time, a man saw a cockroach. A cockroach is strengthening its legs, strengthening its wings. He thought that he wanted to help it. It died. What about a chick? If you crush an egg to enable the chick to get out, it dies. The chick must knock, must open for itself. That's why the beak operates. You don't need to prepare women. We have seen in history, women have prepared themselves. In 1924, women voted in America for the first time. In 1964, blacks voted in some states, but we are there no. Even today we are saying a black, Biden has appointed a black on the Supreme Court, the first black. Why? Because like this cockroach. Once you get somebody who tries to help you, then he's doing a misservice. Why should you have different marks for girls? Then you are inferior. I will regard a university degree from a woman as inferior. Yes. Who? Because in history, let me tell you, this talk about women emancipation, I laugh at them. In every culture, who there was a woman who led either Majimaji or Namunyenga revolt. Majimaji, something in Tanzania was led by a woman. Who created Lakwena? How did Lakwena come about? Who created Lakwena?
I don't know.
At one time, who is this Cecilia Ogwang revived the UPC. Cecilia Ogwang revived the UPC. When NRM came to power, the UPC went into hiding. The woman who could address the public press conferences was Cecilia Ogwang. Who had the guru with Cecilia Ogwang?
UPC. The
first woman driver was called Katogo. Katogo used to participate in the motor races with Idi Amin. Not this Muhoozi, Katogo. Who had the guru with Katogo? We have in Uganda Mwambala Ampale. Mwambala Ampale was a prominent woman who used to stay at Entebbe. Mwambala Ampale. Mwambala Ampale challenged the men and started putting on trousers, prompting a man called Semakulu Wechitalo to propose if women have invaded our monopoly of putting on trousers, they even pay tax. Semakulu Wechitalo proposed in the chief.
Okay.
We have the role of Maria Magdalena during Jesus' time was a prostitute, like a body black. Maria Magdalena came from an island of prostitutes to ensure that Susan Katonda Yaman.
Okay.
So, I don't believe that it will affect. What about God Mayor, the Israeli Prime Minister, a woman who led the wars? What about Margaret Thatcher? What about McCarthy? Politics, the German politics was dominated by Bismarck. The second person in modern German was Dr. Helmut Kohl. The second one has been McCarthy. Who groomed McCarthy? What about this woman of Norway, who almost caused the break of Obama and his wife when he went to attend the burial of Mandela? The woman had to intervene. Obama's wife had to intervene and change it almost in Africa. When somebody tells you we have constituencies where women have won, Nankabira used to win in Ichiboga until she messed up herself with fighting Kadaga. Who groomed the Kadaga?
We can't tell.
The Kadaga? So me, I don't believe in those things. When it comes to my children, I don't value that this one. In fact, what makes a Muganda reluctant to accept a woman as a heir? Muganda is given a mantle of power. When you succeed your father, you get a mantle of power. Ngamu parliament knows about mess.
Yes.
Kakati, if the woman gets a chifundikwa, male chauvinism appears as if when the man sleeps on the top of a woman who has a chifundikwa, has also slept on you.
Hey. Okay.
Republican societies. Why is it that America has failed to produce a woman? Why is it that France has failed to produce a woman? Why? Cocciolino was an Italian MP, a prostitute. At one time when they wanted to dislodge Saddam Hussein from Kuwait, Cocciolino offered to go and sleep with Saddam to convince him. So women, according to society, Fembwakabaka bwa Buganda mu culture yaffe tulina Nambi yaleeta Walumbi. Yali yerabidde mwenye Walumbi. Naye enkoko terina bulo mireti. But he told they are escaped at night to leave Walumbi. But to tell you the power of a woman, Nambi convinced him to, we are going without to beat it. When he went back, when Nambi went back, this is when Why didn't Kintu prevail over his woman? It tells you the power of women from time immemorial. No Sanga. When you go to Swaziland, the Queen Mother dictates on the king. Why? In the Swaziland culture, once you conceive a queen who conceives, who will produce the next king, the moment it is identified that he is pregnant, does not sleep with his man again.
Okay.
This is why the Queen Mother has a lot of influence on who? The first miracle Jesus made, one of the early miracles, was to turn water into beer. Where? Directed by who? By his mother.
Yes.
Mu Buganda tuyina nannono. Nannono yasongolanga emmuli nga Kibuuka Omumbaale. Kibuuka used to fly and used to hide himself in a blue sky.
Ngeno gye tulengera.
Kakati nga yamusongolera nannono. But because of Chiganda chauvinism, Bagam, Tichibuka was betrayed by Nanon, who sold the information to a Munyoro warrior, Namukuba Kasari Mbui, Timukalaku. When you come to the Bible, again the woman is renegated, is portrayed as a spy. Samson, who revealed that Samson is a power originated from EDA. So women have been there all the time. You celebrate how many Catholic priests died? Reverend Father Chugund was killed by Idi Amin. People priests used to be taken from altars to be killed. A man called Bazira, an Anglican priest called Bazira, was killed when the army raided Namgongo. There was a priest who was found celebrating a mass at Makurubita in Iruero.
Okay.
He was killed and with the other worshippers. But they talk about room.
Ababa bachatu baveko. Mikulu Mirundi wichano yenyini mukulu tibuhabulwa president w'eggwanga yalonchinze emyoga. Bitegeeza ki ebintu ebyo?
Let me tell you.
Ate bigenda tuyamba ki?
The Baganda have a proverb.
Omuganda agamba ati
that otayiranga nvi.
Otayiranga nvi.
Abaganda okutayira means lack of concentration. Abaganda bagamba nti envi is sickness, guri hair. But because it does not concentrate, it ends up killing anybody. If the president has good ideas, but these good ideas originate from people, mwenda yabikola byonna. By the time mwenda comes out with the policy,
abo tubaveeko kati babiri mu mwenda
nti baba bamaze okutegeera banamubbira. If somebody examines Museveni, Museveni is a socialist and a revolutionary. A socialist wants to make sure tuchijja mu social insects. The Baganda call it social. No, it's not true. Socialism means sharing. Chiva mu social insects nti zigabana ebintu. Museveni started with the rural farmers scheme. Where is it? Museveni came up with the entandikwa of Chisamba Mugerwa.
Yabula.
Did it succeed? Because if it succeeded, it would have been consolidating it.
Absolutely.
But once you bring a new idea, it means the other one has failed.
Absolutely.
You came with the nuts, where is it?
No teriiwo.
You came with the circles, where is it?
Nazo zaafudde. Kati muleese emyoga wa kutubbira nyabula.
I look at two examples. It amazes me to see that Museveni who admires Nyerere, there are areas where he does not recognize Nyerere.
Okay.
Nyerere wanted to develop the ordinary people because the Tanzania, I think, is 7 times Uganda. Nyerere calculated that one time we proposed that they should have the largest coffee shoe factory because they are producing hides. But they did not have technology and the finishing. If you go to Tanzania and you look at their security people, they have one type of shoes, but the finishing is bad. I think Tanzania put up the largest factory. Nescafe of Kefe comes from Tanzania. So Nyerere looked at this at one time. Nyerere suggested bamboos to replace pipes. So Nyerere came up with an idea, the Ujama villages. Did you hear about Ujama villages?
No.
The peasants would be organized in one place to get power, to get facilities. But Nyerere's idea was destroyed by witchcraft. Once the Africans came together, they practiced their witchcraft. and the whole idea was destroyed. Africans, why? Africans are capitalistic by nature. It is easier for me to maintain my Kamunyes when government failed to run Uganda Transport Company.
Banna, awanchitegedde bulungi.
Nti Uganda government yalema railway neddira rail line n'egikuza Rift Valley y'abambiire.
Yes.
Kakati kikutegeeza ki? Mu Africa, an African is capitalistic by nature. Nti tubadde tutuula wano ewamwenyinaffe wano baala walabeka nga kajigadde olwa rent. But you find the government offices locked down because of rent. Why? Africans,
Let's
if like now the president said he put a lot of money in the Uganda Development Bank, who are the beneficiaries?
Bobe nyini.
Ye. Ani agenze mu UDP okufuna yosente.
Government yenyina abantu bayo.
Government, you see,
Era awatugenda okuwunzikirawo.
Unless an African does not like free things. If this money has been put in a bank that evaluates projects, for instance, singa musango omusajja, I'm a mass communicator. A mass communicator and a group of psychologists will change society.
Absolutely. And that's
singa mutudde ku kyalo ne musanga omusajja alina ebiyumba by'enkoko naye ng'enkoko ze zaafa mmere mu covid givuyimu enkoko akikola ki? Amanyo yasobola okuzzaawo instead of sharing this money into small denominations. Get a bwe tuba tukinginga society batugamba look what somebody can change easily. Nti bw'oleeta obukoko n'obuwa omuntu obukoko obuto bufa waliwo buluda bumufaako bwonna olina okuwa omuntu eyabulundako ate bw'anyiiga tabuddamu. Coffee in Uganda mu Baganda, when you look at NADS, the only successful area is coffee. Ne baali bazze kutugamba ettaka sempijja ettaka ki bafune monopoly. Even mwomusoso okulima emmwanyi mwomusoso zireeta kalosenga nekatumwebaza namulabyonako batiisatiisa abalimi sempijja bayiwa emmwanyi z'abantu basigaze monopoly. You see, Ugandans are capitalistic by nature. Ugandans don't accept free money. This is why. When you go to schools, why is it that private schools perform better? The supervision of their owners.
Yep.
A teacher in a private school does not get a salary during holidays.
Now the question, are we in a failed government?
The moment you pour money, and this is why. How can the whole cabinet constitute a committee to look into high prices? Didn't you do economics? Yeah. In political science, you put up a committee to divert attention, to buy time. Because escalation of prices, what does it mean? Maybe we have got a new market in the Congo.
That is taking our commodities.
Yes. Two, what about the money you have pumped into circulation? Most of the people who are taking money to Europe, they have been suffering from travel bans.
Okay.
They sold their properties and they are here. Two, the money from Wenzige, money from this, they have been stealing money. Left and right.
Zenzige, Zama Radio,
is flooding in the economy. When you give 100 million to every parish, how much money are you putting in the economy? In addition to this, you are also thinking about mid-term in the National Security Fund to put the same money in the economy. Did the economics at the university.
Okay, ingatumaliza unako olwale mukulu Mirundi. Let's try to be kind of little realistic. Kuchino, do you think government ya Uganda, government ya President Museveni jakulira ebintu no byekola bikwata ku bantu oba bibye kusigala nga government agiwuddisa bwati? It is my thinking.
But the mafias wanted to undermine him.
To
portray him as a man who has failed. This is what I'm saying.
Do you think it's not fair?
That Rwabogo will appear on the presidential ballot. Why? He would fear his father-in-law, like when he withdrew from the contest to represent his area, where he was challenging Chaligonza. Why? He was seeing himself in charge in the next 20 years. But we are reaching the tail end of Museveni's administration. The only role Museveni can do after retirement is becoming the chairman of the ruling party. And if the NRM wins. But the way I look at things, NRM will split. The moment they know that Museveni is retiring, NRM will split. Why? Most of those who have been humiliated were saying, at Muzeya Azijukira, when they have a role, they come for you. They can now when they are coming for me. Ajay, era wakalisa obujozi bwamu. Yeah, you know. I worked with Museveni for 14 years.
Okay.
Museveni is going to be remembered like Nkrumah. Nkrumah had the ideas which were never percolated to Ghanaians. This is why Nkrumah is more known outside the Ghana than in Ghana. Museveni is a man who has brought good ideas to help the poor, but the poor have remained poorer. Apart from impressive statistic figures.
Gwe musajja omuganda agamba nti nalima walungi anyuka. Lwaki tanyuka?
Anti kyekubuulira nti nze kyesaagala. If we don't know who is worse, the Baganda have a proverb that you can jump really and step in B. Muyinza okujjako Museveni si ye mubi. Have you heard Muhoozi involved in killing people for organs? If these people can have put on a brave face and sack a man because they are fighting over a mortuary, a morgue where they are killing people, imagine if such a people take a power, Uganda will be an abattoir for human beings.
Okay. Nakatalekeka juzi wagenda
twagala tulabe ku mubaka wa parliament bebawadde sente. Kakati do you see? I said it. In parliament, if you want to kill something, you do two things. There is a secretarial committee and a standing committee. If you give it to a secretarial committee, a secretarial committee, it means it will last as long as the parliament is there. A secretarial committee. But a session committee goes with sessions. These resolutions don't enter another session. So in many cases, if you want to kill something in the parliament, surrender it to a session committee, not a secretarial committee.
Okay.
Two, in parliament, if you want to kill something, get a minority report. All of cases that have been killed have minority reports. A minority report means it must also be discussed. This is what they have done in Zake's case. I told my friend Amonge, I've been looking for her and said this is a double-edged sword. These people want to embarrass Amonge because they know that if the speaker is sick, and I've told you, the president made an anomaly. It was an anomaly. You cannot have a governor Bank of Uganda from one region. You cannot have the speaker from the same region. You cannot have a chief justice from... This is a temporary anomaly that must be corrected.
Okay.
Baba manyi nti ulanya ayinza okuvaawo bakuba omukazi ono kati okiraba nti era balese minority report. The plenary cannot adapt to make a position until even the minority report is discussed. Era amongi kyatya kigenda kujja kubanga tebamwagala abeere speaker.
Ni amongi tajja kusobola.
Anti nkugambye
embera yetawusi.
No, you see, why do I had the life. I had a life when I was young. Gundi Obama bamugamba, did you test the weed? He said I did. But I was discovering, after discovering the bad things smoking weed brings, I abandoned it. In America, you confess. So, Among had her life as a younger girl, Among as a politician, Among as a banker, and Among as a speaker, an MP.
Okay.
She must come up either in a book or in a newspaper interview. But these people will continue. You can see that even after all of these efforts, this young man stormed out of the meeting. Zaki, he said the committee is biased. But they have come with a minority report. who has brought this minority?
Oh yeah, I get your point.
Yes.
I like that analysis.
May I tell you?
Mukulu Mirundi nga tumaliza akatalekeka. Juzi wagenda n'otugamba okay ntuko kusasa kwange eri Jakana ali mulwadde afuna accident. Wagenda n'omugamba ebigambo. Ndowooza baga bamusindikira eddogo teyenenya.
Jakana. You cannot move one extreme end of politics to the other. Bebasegirinya badde babba ssente za gavumenti. Obuwumbi busatu n'obubba n'ogamba nga kabukedde kasekete kano kakulubya. Yaguze yalese fire brigade. Yaguze eddwaliro. Yakoze eki ate avuma gavumenti atese. Segirinya yeekwese sege kubaabuwa. Obufekete akafekete kabukedde. Kacholiko gamba ibalyo ssente.
Ne Jakana.
Jakana had moved from his earlier position of criticizing Rwabogo. Nga kita Rwabogo yakoba kitawe n'aleeta Kiwanda. Kati abadde akyuse nga anvuma. Oyo mulalu. Nye look at you cannot accept if it is a divine power. You can even be killed. Bw'omanyite kati bw'abakatoliki baali bayinza omutta. Nti was saved by the cardinal. Cardinal yamugamba the Catholic Church does not condone battering of women.
Okay.
But we ask, why is your husband battering you? Because what he achieved them, divorce. Bali bajja kumutta. Why? Here, because we had portrayed herself as omwana wa Maria, a fully married Catholic woman. Bali bajja mutta, a converted to Islam. Kakati nze nkubuli, okujjako nga kya ddiini. Have you seen me? In spite of the humiliation Rwabogo has subjected to my family and me, thinking that I will be coerced into submission. The fact that Museveni has not given me any money, ne kufira zange, n'obutabo bwange, naki, sibisasule. I know. Olowooza tasobola kumpa sente.
Asobola.
Naye ayagala naye ngende nkole ki?
Mwegayirire.
Ayagala kuba Rwabogo amugamba nti bw'omuwa sente, mbadde ngenda kuti nedda.
Mwebalire ddala ababadde ku evening show. Yes, sir.
Why don't I leave this humiliating situation to the opposition? There are many people in NRA who like me, people who send me money. So if I close, they can kill me. Chengambo yukuni mutani wa Naduli. Chenagamba mutabani wange. Ti mutabani wange excited the people. As an opposition young man, offers from America from war. Nakulose nga mwenda ali muyafa. Mulindwa muwonge. Museveni ng'akuba ne mu programu ye. Ng'agikubamu. Mulindwa muwonge kasajja mu sita. Yafa.
Kintu kyafa.
What was making Mulindwa muwonge was critical. Ono gundi. Ono musajja faze yali ayimba. Musala. Musala the moment was expelled from the Catholic Church.
Yes, sir.
Yakola ki? Yagwa. What attracted the people to Musala was the Catholic music, police who sings like ordinary people. The moment gototegeera
nkategedde ngaabuuka ng'asansa omuntu wa bulijjo.
You cannot get married and remain a virgin. Public trust, virginity, respect and credibility are lost once.
Okay.
People don't trust you again. You cannot move from the next end except if it is divine power. That is so became poor. In Islam, they have woman. Name politics. The moment you move, kakati yawozanga abantu bayayana, abantu bamwitana. Kusasa wamulabye ko ngali excited nokola ekivulu. Mayinja wamulabye ko
oyagala mukuba obucupa.
Ati kyenkubuulira. Nti they took short-term strategies to solve a political problem.
That's by joining
bwe baalya sente nga bakusasira batwala biliyoni zinga zitebampadde balaba ngende Rwabogo n'ateekawo akakiiko ke ne sente ayina gye yazijja bwantulakitinge kano nayiti daniel
mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala abadde ku eno live show. Thank you so much and may God bless you. Oyo gwe bayita Tamale Mirundi the senior.
Mulabye ng'afuluma Serena.
Yenna ng'ali awo. We tugenda okutandikira ku romya keddako olw'enkya.
Ngenda mu nsozi kusaddaaka ndikanga nnya. Ntabye tumwebaze ng'afeesa. Ayi Mukama otenderezebwe.
Mirundi amulina.
Bankuba n'enfuluma. Abana bange babonyebonye, family yange ebonyebonye, because I'm a hard working man. Nti an insult to be an advisor, an insult. $1 when these senior advisors are getting 40 million, when many of them are not known, their names are not known. Nti nze Mirundi onzije wano atutte 5 billion adduse nazo embwa bakanyuga kasasiro oyo Mirundi tamusalangako yolaza kirumi netusobola kunjuka
awe tugenda okutandikira olunaku olwenca mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala webale nnyo omukutu Tamale Mirundi you are that critical analysis bannayuganda bakwebaza era comments zizo zinaku eziro kujja koma abadde akunyiziza abadde omulyeka abadde agamba atubulire ba mafias. Yes,
the fact that you have a rat trap in your house indicates that you have rats. You have an IGG, you have an auditor general, you have an anti-corruption court. This indicates that the mafias are there. Yes.
Okay. Mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala ku mata 10 mpeera nga temwerabira Haji Kabogoza alombeddwa asangibwa ebuwike naye musomu kyali ku mukakesumye M&J Medicare nawe tukutumiddeko. Be nice awamu ne Momo. Thank you so much for being with us all the time. Mwe Ebyao Martin okuva mu America webale nnyo webale ddala. Kawoya mu America mwebale nnyo. Sweetie webale nnyo agambe webale nnyo mikumini webale kuweereza nagamba bannange M7 oluyimba lwo baduligwako ddi ye NRM kale the impact M7 jatadde ku ggwanga naye abamwe banyiiza ate abamwe
atukoledde
byakoze abikoze yebale
liberty das naye bwe mujja system bwerwa mbuyinza gaga. That's why we have revival churches, the Pentecostals. Do we have capacity of cleaning obugafu bw'NRM? Yes, that's the question. Ye lwabogaga nti ono expiring adda lwabogaga nti ekyagita kyasobola kukola but if lwabwogo who is facing criminal charges by the ICC takes power in this country otumwebaza omwenda all these people the Kabushengas these people waliwo kahero abasula UBC ngerimu sente empitirivu abaka ba parliament bagenza okugendayo notikokolupe kanoka
kale
yetaaga okuyola
kasita ekibiina ky'ekyempunu kyo bakitidde
betaaga ne mu buyoolo obwo ne muba ku kizinga okuligoonya ng'erikopita yebuweereza emmere eri obukazi bwabwo mbwa isolating maluuni ng'onanaira
kasita ekibiina ky'ekyempunu ky'okukwekyiri era waliwo abagamba bagenda kukyegattako. Mubere bulungi mweraba mwenna bana Flash Channel Uganda mwebale nnyo mwebale ddala ata 10 mpeera abankomire Tamale Mirundi wakomye olunaku olwaleero.